Questions? Representative Riley.
Thank you. You said that you've offered this to the Dish and Direct networks at a comparable rate, and they have not taken that rate. Is that what I heard?
Yes.
So, follow, please.
Follow up.
So, how do you answer the previous testifier who said he's seen the numbers and it's not real negotiation?
I can't speak to why he says that. I only know that our people that do this full-time and negotiate deals with all carriers around the company, as well as for the Northwest, have priced this network, taking all those factors into consideration, and priced it in a way where it's enabled us to get distribution with 11 other carriers. And DirecTV, we've been unable to get them to come to the table in a meaningful way.
Okay.
Other questions? Representative Wingard.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sir, when your company signed this contract with the Blazers, did they insist on language that would require you to follow through with, which essentially would guarantee that you'd have a contract with DirecTV, or they would have essentially an ability to sever the contract and to seek other means of distributing their games to a wider audience?
Mr. Chairman, Representative Wingert, I can't, unfortunately, I'm not trying to avoid your question. I can't discuss the specifics of the contract. What I can tell you is, regardless of language in a contract, it is in our best interest, from a SportsNet perspective, to get as wide of distribution as possible. So therefore, our efforts have been totally to do that.
Other questions? Representative Wisnett.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair and committee members, it's not a question. Thank you, people, for coming to testify, and I think this has been good. There's no one here in this body, including Mr. Sugarman, who's a bigger sports fan than myself. And however, recently there was I had cable TV down, or not cable, satellite cable down at the coast, and that's when ABC and DirecTV had their contract problems, and it was a long time, and I missed some of my Carolina basketball games, which were on ABC during that time. I was not happy about. I did find, Mr. Chair, that plenty of bars around that I could go and help the economy and have a beer and watch those games at the same time and help the Oregon economy. I really urge the chair and this committee not to get involved in the negotiations involved here, and I wanted to ask the gentleman from Washington, D.C. if the new coach there can turn the Redskins, a lifetime fan, around quickly. But just like with ABC and DirecTV, they did reach a negotiation. I think as individuals we should weigh in and say to both parties, reach a compromise, but we shouldn't be as legislators involved in this. So, Mr. Chair, I hope that it's been interesting, and but I think that the legislature's role in this should be very limited, and we should do it as individuals, or if the Attorney General wants to get involved, and I hope that they do reach agreement soon.
Thank you, Representative Wisner. I appreciate your comments, and this is an informational meeting to educate ourselves about what role exists in the state of Oregon and whether we actually have one or not. I don't know the answer to that specifically, and that brings me to a question, I suppose. What in programming, and I guess you're regulated by the FCC and I don't know who else, but is there some sort of public purpose or public access requirement put on you by any government authority as far as being serving the public or providing particular access? Is there a requirement?
Well, if you're referring to recently, there was an FCC ruling regarding the issue of people making services available, which is not the case here. This case is we are making it available to everybody, and it's a matter of getting the other entities to nod and say yes.
And is that an FCC requirement then, or you mentioned them? There was an FCC case. I'm not aware of that case, but they're the ones that have the authority over your broadcasting.
Yes. I believe so.
And there's no state regulatory authority that has anything to say about Comcast services or?
Not that I'm aware of, but there would be people more qualified to answer that question.